just saw the Expendables 4 and it was just okay. It was just alright. But the plot, a lot of what happens in the movie was very cliche. There was a moment where they tried to do like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith thing, and it was just I don't know, just the movie itself just was not done very well. It was very cheaply made. It looked very low budget, especially the explosions, the CGI. It was all CGI, and it felt like it belonged. Once again, it looked very cheap. Something that kind of belonged in a don't mean to be mean, but in a Japanese movie. A lot of those movies are very cheaply made. The Japanese movies, and the explosions looked like that. It just looked cheap. The effects were cheap, and you can tell it was low budget. Once again, with the cutting, there were a lot of quick cuts. I wouldn't call it shaky cam. The camera didn't really shake, but it was definitely quick cuts to hide what the stunt performers were doing, and and so I felt like cinematography definitely suffered, and I'm not sure why some movies do that these days. When you have like the John Wick franchise or Mission Impossible, and especially old school Hong Kong cinema, where it was all wide shots. It was all you literally could see Jackie Chan take the stunts, take the falls, take the hits, and see these stunt performers actually get hurt because it was all done wide. We got to see everything instead of all these quick cuts that were done out of the Bourne franchise. It's all the Bourne's fault. It's all that fault of the Bourne franchise. Just when once again we have movies like Mission Impossible and John Wick that shows that they can be done without quick cuts. You can actually see the stunts being performed and actually see these people get hurt. Hurt, and no need to have my eyes be just just once again this movie felt very incompetently made. The story wasn't written well, the plot wasn't written well, the characters written real well. It was just very basic, cliche, point to point, and once again very low budget. In fact, I even went through the movie theaters, and there was barely anyone in there to see this movie. In fact, I think this movie is probably gonna flop at the box office. And honestly, hopefully they don't make any more Expendables movies at this point. The only thing I can see how the Expendables franchise can make a comeback is if they bring competent filmmakers. The first one was written and directed by Sylvester Stallone himself, and it was competently made. The second one was directed by Simon West, who directed Con Air and the Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider movies. Those were competently made. And these past two just weren't competently made. That's the main problem I have with with this Expendables movie. They need to get better filmmakers on this. Otherwise, just don't make any more. Just please don't make any more. So that's all I have. I'd give this movie a 2 out of 5 stars. That's pretty much my review for this movie. There you go.